Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. Oh shit. This motherfucker's getting on here again. It's the All On Me, the morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. Been getting on here since the first of the fucking year. Chronicling what? 10 years of transformation, 10 years of sobriety. And guess what? Right now, we just manifesting shit like fucking that, man. Manifesting the life, the dream motherfucking life. I feel so fucking fired up today, you guys. I slept in. Woo-hoo! Sleeping in, man. Wow. I must have slept good last night. Slept good. I'm coming to you live from a beautiful property called the Santa Cruz here in Santa Cruz, New Mexico. It's a beautiful Airbnb property. You can check it out. My partners do a lot of wedding events here, and I've had the honor of helping out on this property since last summer with some of the events, some of the parties, some of the renovations. Man, it's a beautiful estate. We got a chapel. It's about 140-year-old adobe home. Got a pool back there. Got the acequia running through it, hot tub, and it's just it's an amazing, incredible home that I was able to recharge last night, man. And I slept so good because I told you guys through March, we marched through a huge move, 13 years, first move in 13 years, man. God, 2 months ago, life was a lot different, man. But we manifesting new shit. And today, I was thinking about just fooling myself. Have you ever fooled yourself to believe some shit that you know is not true? You know it's not your authentic self. You know it's not who you're supposed to be, what you're capable of doing, but you settle for it. You settle for that shit, man. And you fool yourself. You fool yourself into doing what? Believing the fucking lies, motherfuckers. It's the lies. We love to lie to ourselves in order to just somehow it's like we know the secret code to get past our own guard, right? So we lie to ourselves in these little subtle ways, and we truly try and believe that this fucking half-ass, mediocre, I don't give a fuck in a negative way type attitude is good enough, man. I'll tell you what, yesterday we had an amazing day. Took my kids to one of my favorite hot springs for the first time for them, and just, man, soak the bones, soak the mind, get in that cold water, right? Teaching them little lions how to get in the water. My son, man, he loves getting in that cold water, man. The wild motherfuckers. A lot of y'all too scared to get up in that cold water, but he was in the cold water. And so we teaching the little lions how to continue thriving through life, right? Teaching them young, teaching them how to overcome their minds, because this is all about minds. Fooling myself. I fooled myself for so many years. Right here, motherfuckers. Before this, after this, but no more. No more fooling myself, right? The dreams, the desires of my heart, that is what I have at my disposal right now, right? I truly do accept myself. That's a huge piece of this whole thing, man. Your whole entire life journey, you got to accept yourself. But you can't be content and just happy with some fucking low version of yourself. I was sitting there at the hot springs yesterday, and I'm like, what the fuck is the deal, man? Because I was there, right? What is the deal? And it's not every couple. It's not every married couple. It's kind of funny. I'm here at the Santa Cruz, where I think like in this year alone, we got something like 26 weddings, 28 wedding events happening here. And even yesterday, I gave a tour of a couple that's getting married in October. So people plan this shit out way in advance. And I know that of the people I know that got married recently, it seems like everybody wants to get in like the best shape, right? The best shape that they can, right? Leading up to the wedding. But it's like I'm sitting there yesterday, and I'm not judging people. I'm really trying to get to a place where I don't judge people, but I'm observant, and I like to look and for something. There's something about human interaction, right? Observing human behavior that it's interesting to me. It's very interesting to watch humans interact, especially in terms of managing the relationship, communication, like how people communicate, or even if they're not communicating, it's like a very intimate place. And you know that there's a couple and you know they're dealing with some bullshit, right? So they're kind of separated, not looking at each other, not talking to each other, you know. And it's interesting, but one of the things that I kind of had a revelation with yesterday is, and it was something that I had fucking swallowed fucking bleh, myself when I was married, right? A father was this whole fat body life, right? Dad bod, fat fucks. What is it about being married, man, that we become the worst versions of our physical selves? Like, it's not everybody that's like this, but a lot of fucking married couples out there. Why are you okay being fat and nasty? What is it? Like, I know you before you fucking got married, and then I know my own story. I'll post pictures all day, motherfuckers. I ain't embarrassed of my shit. I accept myself, but I fooled my fucking self. It's some y'all motherfuckers fooling yourselves, where you think because you're married or you're a parent or whatever the fuck it is that somehow you got this limiting belief that you got to accept some lesser version of your best self, that you're just, it's okay. I'm not trying to be a fucking this, or it's the extremes, right? You always talk yourself out by the extremes. I ran into this fucking hard charging fucking former Marine, right? Marine veteran. And he's known me. He's seen the transformation. He was totally fucking blown away by it. He's like, dude, your fucking transformation is incredible, man. Holy fuck. How did you do it? But he knows I've been telling him along the way what I did, changing up the nutrition. He sees the fucking results and it blows him away to where it's so fucking hard. It seems so fucking far from where he's at that he's like, well, I'm not trying to do shows like bodybuilding shows where it's like, I'm not trying to do fucking shows. The only show that I'm doing is showing up for fucking life, motherfucker. The show that I'm doing right here, right now is called Life. It's all me every fucking day. We take 0 days off, motherfuckers. 0 fucking days off on this program. But too many motherfuckers, you guys want to just kick back. You just want the easy street, motherfuckers. The easy shit. And I don't get that. I'm looking at these married couples and they look like shit. And if they look like shit, they must feel like shit. I can't imagine the intimacy's good like that. Like, I know it wasn't the best when I was all fucking nasty. I'm just being real talk. So I'm like sitting there saying, fuck, do I want to get married again? Because what if I get all nasty again? Is that like some limiting belief? Holy fuck. I don't want to get like that. Right. And then I'm like thinking, well, fuck, if the person I want to be with better be physically fit too, because I'm going to need someone that's going to be able to keep up like that, man. I ain't trying to get to fucking fat and nasty. Because I see the people that age, like there was an older guy there yesterday. He's fit, fucking looked amazing. He's probably in his 70s. And I'm like, that's what I want to be when I'm 70, right? I want to still be fucking climbing mountains, hiking out in the fucking nature, right? Going to the gym, doing exercises. I'm not getting off this fucking program till I'm done in the physical fucking reality, man. And that's the commitment. It truly takes that fucking commitment, right? And most of y'all motherfuckers don't want that. You want it instant. You want that instant gratification. You want it to happen fucking now. You want to lose the 10 pounds now, the 20 pounds fucking tomorrow. Go to the gym once. Go for one walk and be like, I don't feel better. I don't feel different. That wasn't that great. And it's like you'll do everything you can to talk yourself out of shit, right? You talk yourself out of every fucking thing that matters to you because it takes what? Mental fucking toughness, some fucking intestinal fortitude, fucking getting outside of your little bitch voice fucking mentality that little soft cookie shit, right? I'm over here teaching the fucking young lion, my son, yesterday. I don't even got to teach him. I took him out to the hot springs like in December. Man, it was fucking iced over. Teens, man, that water was fucking cold. This dude went right in after me, man. He followed his dad right into the fucking ice cold water. He didn't give a fuck, right? So he's out there yesterday just swimming around in the fucking river like nothing, man, like a fish. And it's just mental toughness. But we teaching them young over here, motherfuckers. But I'm teaching you motherfuckers too to hold yourself accountable. Quit fooling your fucking self. Fooling yourself, right? You have to change your whole entire fucking stories, all your narratives, all your stories, all your hurts and pains. I know there's so many people that got a lot of fucking pain, right? I know I'm talking to people that have carried, been through some shit, right? I know that the people that I'm reaching, I genuinely have been through some shit in life, which is really everybody, but not everybody's ready to hear the truth, right? To get fucking smacked with the fucking truth and like wanting to respond. But what are you going to do to respond? You got to quit fooling your fucking self, right? And you got to fucking find some kind of hunger, some kind of a fucking motivation, man, to get you past your fucking bitch voice, past your complacency, past just sitting on your fucking ass, waiting for shit to happen or waiting for you to feel better. I remember being in those fucking days and weeks and years where I always tell you guys, I couldn't put the fucking car in drive, right? I knew what I wanted to do. I had my dreams. I even had the feel good fucking vibe coming from me, but I just couldn't fucking get it together. And I didn't have a motherfucker like this barking at my ass, trying to fucking inspire me. But I'll tell you what, yesterday, we were at the hot springs and I've just been doing a lot of reflection, man. Like March was an incredible month. It was incredibly chaotic. It was incredibly challenging. Like just everything that I've taken on, man, like it really brought out the best in me. That's the best thing is the bigger the challenge, the bigger the fucking opportunity to grow, motherfuckers. And that's why I'm trying to inspire you fucks that if you guys are faced with just a lot of fucking challenges, like beat on your chest and fucking be proud of yourself. We need that shit to thrive because that's your fucking breakthrough moment is to say, I'm fucking giddy up, right? Giddy up, motherfuckers. Cowboy up, cowgirl up, whatever you need to do to fucking pound on your chest and say, let's get this. Let's go. I ain't giving up, right? We show up every day. You might get tired, but get the fuck up, right? Rest. Take a little rest. Then knock out another fucking set. Do another day of life, pushing through the fucking pain, pushing through the challenges, taking on challenges, problems, and coming up with solutions. Don't overthink this shit. That's the thing that's really helped me just in the last month is I've let my thinking mind fucking rest. We overthink so much shit, man. We'll talk ourselves out of everything. If we overthink, we think. We'll sit there and fucking think ourselves into the grave. The only time that you're going to actually have fulfillment in life is when you have success, achievement, even if it comes through a road of failures and adversity. But in order to get success and achievement, you got to put shit in action. You got to start doing things that matter to you, right? Doing things that matter to you, doing things that will improve your life. And that is the program that I present to you guys every fucking day. Journaling, mindfulness, every fucking morning, you guys, I check my thoughts and I hit that mindfulness, right? I'll post up the links to the shit that I listen first thing in the morning. Literally almost every day. Almost every fucking day I listen to the same one because it hits the right fucking wording to just really just start to plant those seeds. Because at the end of the day, if yesterday was a fucking phenomenal day, right? The minute you go to sleep, all of that momentum stops, right? And then you have your sleep. And then when you wake up in the morning, you got to start again. You have to start again. You can't just rely on what you did yesterday to play over into today. You have to keep momentum going. And so you have to pick up where you left off. And it starts every fucking day. And it really should be at the bookends of your day. So how you start your day is how you should finish your day. And a lot of you don't do that. A lot of you guys just fucking like, well, yesterday was Saturday night. So who knows what the fuck you were doing on Saturday night? Probably watching other motherfuckers work, getting a little tipsy or whatever the fuck you still do. Netflix and chill. I don't know. I was at the fucking hot springs till about 9. Just soaking, man, all day. 8-hour fucking session, man. Just in and out of different hot springs, painting myself with mud, getting in the river, just, total self-care, fucking spiritual healing therapy, man. My body feels fucking amazing. Taking care of the fucking machine, right? This bioelectrical machine that we've been given. It's so powerful. It's an incredible thing. I fucked up my thumb the other day, right? And messing around with some blinds at the motel. And it's like I put a Band-Aid on it, and I didn't even use the liquid bandage, but it's like to see that our bodies heal, right? It heals naturally. Like it doesn't even take thought on something like that. It just starts to heal itself. And it's the same with our emotions. When we're carrying around painful emotions, heartbreak, grief, suffering, pain, disappointment, just all these things that are just overwhelming us, overwhelming our nervous system, right? You got to think about your nervous system. When you get real anxious, when you get real depressed, when you feel really overwhelmed, it's your nervous system. It tenses up, man. And you need to take some time to process those emotions. Quit stuffing them deep down inside of your fucking guts, right? Inside the fucking core of your soul, your inner being, is having to like fucking, you just like a fucking garbage disposal. You just keep putting them down there thinking you're getting rid of them, and you don't. When your body wants to express an emotion, you got to just let it play itself out. Quit hiding from it. Quit fooling yourself when you're feeling fucking sad or depressed. So many of us, man, we live this fucking imposter life, this fake fucking life. Some of you right now are in a fucking relationship that it's like you don't even like the person you're fucking with. Right? What the fuck are you doing? Stop. That's why I had to, for me, that tough decision was ending a 21-year marriage. I always have love for the mother of my children, right? But at the end of the day, man, like I had to wake the fuck up. 21 years. And all these people, man, mostly church, the goody good-goods, they're getting ready to go to church, right? Fighting with their fucking spouses. And then they're going there holding up their hands and worshiping the Lord. But these motherfuckers were the ones that were like the most guilt tripped. Hey, you can't do that. Bad, negative this. What about the kids? Negative this, negative that. All this bullshit, man. Fear. Right? It was all fear. It was all fear-based in terms of like getting a divorce, right? Oh, that's sinful, man. Dude, you need to work on it. I'm like, no, man. Like, I'm going to go with my intuition, man. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my gut because my gut is telling me that I got one life to live. We got one shot at this. And if I'm miserable and she's miserable and our kids are feeling all that misery between us, because that's what kids do. You see it, right? And it's like, yeah, does a divorce really fucking impact people's lives? Yes. I met a guy this week at the gym and he's 2 months in a divorce and he's suffering. He's in those fucking just that suffering. I remember being there, man. 1 month, 2, just waking up, 41 years old, saying, who's ever gonna love me again? you know, where's my family? Because my whole identity, my whole fucking existence was enmeshed in being a husband and being a father. And it's like, that's not who I am. Those are roles that I've taken on, that I've assumed, responsibility that I've taken on, right? But that's not who I am, and that's not who you are. You are not just a parent. You are not just a spouse. Like, wake the fuck up. Quit fooling yourself. That is not who you are. That is part of who you have become. But at the core of who you are is the what do you love, what do you hate, what do you want, and why? And there's something so unique and special that only for you. No one else can be a part of that. Like, other people you want in your life can cheer you on, can pick you up, can like really just like root for you as you're achieving your goals. But motherfuckers that don't root for you, that like question you and make you have doubt about going after your goals and dreams and the things that make your heart fucking feel alive, like, why the fuck do you have those people in your life? You're fooling yourself. You are totally fooling yourself, and you got one life to live. And how many of you that watch this shit are going to wake up 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road, literally on your deathbed, realizing that, holy fuck, I can't believe I didn't live life when I had a chance to. My life is pretty much done, and I was afraid to live. I was afraid to do something because of XYZ, because I was in this relationship, because my partner, my spouse didn't support my fucking goals and dreams. How the fuck are you with somebody that don't support your goals and dreams, motherfuckers? Snap out of it. What is wrong with you? You can't keep living that lie. That's fooling yourself. If you truly have something that is a desire, a dream of yours, you're suppressing it because of what? Because you're in a relationship? That is not going to go away your whole entire life, because it's something inside of you and you alone. It is a gift of yours. It is literally probably tied to your life's purpose. And I can't tell you how many people I've talked to, because I do like talking to a lot of elderly folks, senior citizens that have lived life above 60. And I encourage you guys, go talk to some people over 60. The older, the better. Ask them what they regret, what they remember most, what made the most difference to them. And you'll see, man, the life goes by way too quick. And a lot of times it's not the things you do in life, it's the things you didn't do. It's the things you were too afraid to do or try, right? It's the fact that you always made excuses for why you couldn't go and travel the world, or why you couldn't go and move to a new town, or end a fucking bad relationship, walk away and never look back, right? To honor yourself, to be the best version of yourself, to just see what happens when you follow your own intuition. Quit fooling yourself. That little voice inside of you that's like the higher voice that's challenging you to do something that brings about some fear and a little bit of fucking anxiety, because you're like, oh man, like, I know I want to try that, but there's no way, man. I'm not capable. I'm not able to, because the little bitch voice comes in and counters it. Instead of when you could just receive something that you know would change your life, would give you a whole fresh perspective on what is going on, and for you to respond with putting your thinking mind. You got to set the thinking mind aside, right? And you start following your intuition, your gut instincts, right? That's telling you got to try something out. Just try it, see what happens, right? Greatness is on the other side of that. Breakthrough is on the other side of that. True peace is on the other side of that. And too many of us, we just want to live our lives fooling ourselves, right? Being a support character in someone else's story called life. The show called life. You would much rather just sit there, right, and see someone else live out their dreams, instead of you feeling worthy and deserving to try your own dreams. I know too many people, and it's probably I think I've seen more women, right? And I think it's just because of like some of the cultural norms, which are changing very rapidly, right? In terms of women not wanting to just settle down and get married and be a fucking support role. And I think even there's a maturity happening on a grander scale of relationships with where people are really wanting secure relationships. We're tired of the toxic fucking attachments, the breakup to makeup, the makeup to breakup, all this bullshit, right? Where people don't fucking deal with their trauma, right? Getting help, right? Getting some therapy if you need it, motherfuckers. I'm still going twice a week. I love it. I love therapy, right? Especially because I have a really, really amazing therapist right now. And it takes a little effort to do even that. But most of y'all think, oh, well, you're messed up if you have a therapist. No, man. How the hell else are you processing life right now? There's so much shit to be overwhelmed by right now. If you don't know how to process it in a healthy way, you're getting crushed. You are getting crushed right now by life. And most of it is shit that you can't even control. And that's the craziness of it all. That there is so much stuff going on that is outside of your control, right? Things in our society, things in the world, right? But yet you're getting crushed by it all because you don't have organized thoughts. You have no control over the thoughts you have. And you need to give your thinking mind a rest because it will fool you every fucking time because it knows how to get past your fucking guards. See, other people have to fucking really manipulate you to get past your guards. But the scary thing is when we allow for ourselves to get past the fucking guards, the things that keep our boundaries intact and our values high and our standards fucking high, right? But we got these little sneaky ways to get in there and fool our fucking selves. And we need to stop that shit, right? But too many of us are scared to really just be our authentic self, to truly stand for something that we believe in. And, you know, I wish more of you would reach out to me, right, for coaching sessions, right, to really start to fucking follow through on some of this stuff. Like I put this content out here just free flow talking, but a lot of times what it really takes is like some one-on-one private, like fucking question and answer, like dialogue to say, like, let's get to the root of what is bothering you. And let's also get to the fucking aim of where you would want to be. Let's deal with what is hurting you most, what is holding you back. What are these fears? What are you most afraid of? Psychologically speaking, right? How do we fucking process those feelings, get past that shit, and then start to like manifest some dreams? Look at some dreams, like envision some dreams, some things to work towards. Because when you have something to fucking aim at, right, that gives you a reason to get up, but it's got to be your aim. You can't just do something because someone else told you it's fun. Most of the times that shit don't work, right? Like even yesterday, it's really interesting. Like when I go to the hot springs, I'm not really going there for fucking social hour. I'm not really going there to fucking chit chat with motherfuckers. It's not about that for me. And so I usually get pretty, I don't know, it's a mixture of like, I'm challenging myself to like disconnect from everything that's going on around me and really go internally. But then there are times when I can't help it and people are having conversations and I'm like, okay, great. Like you realize all of us are sitting here and you're just talking all this shit. And, but I think even with my kids, my kids being there yesterday, I wanted to empower them that, you see usually the family dynamic is like, okay, wherever the mom and dad goes, the kids have to go. And it's like, everybody has to do the same thing the other person's doing because that's what being a family's about. And it's like, nah, that's bullshit. There's something about being independent. So I really empower my kids and me to be like, I was like, hey, just you guys go do your thing. Like maybe we'll see each other, maybe we won't. Like just go do your thing. Follow your intuition. Whichever one of these hot springs is calling you, go chill in there and then go chill over there. I don't want you to feel like you're obligated to like be with your dad, right? To hang out with me in every place I'm going for as long as I'm there, because it's not about that, right? There are times where maybe we're at an amusement park and we're riding roller coasters, right? Or we're on a fucking whitewater rafting trip we talked about yesterday, right? Where we are all in it together. But something like this, it's different. And I can see that there are people, couples that are like, they're annoyed by having to manage their relationship. They don't know what to talk about. I saw so much uncomfortability yesterday with couples that don't know how, there's no depth, because they're fooling themselves. They're not happy. They're insecure, right? They're, it's like the idea of going to the hot springs is fucking amazing. Oh, wow, that's so fucking cool. But then you don't really even know the person that you're with, or, you're trying to force the fucking relationship. And so there's not a good vibe. There's not a good connection. And too many times we try and force things that aren't for us. We try and control situations. We try and chase after stuff that literally, by chasing it, that means it's running away from you, motherfuckers. We need to have that check in our fucking energetic fucking exchanges with people, right? Because if you're chasing after motherfuckers, that means they're running away from you. If you stop, like, are they gonna stop and then turn around and like come and chase you for a little bit, or are they gonna just keep fucking running? And if they keep running, let them fucking run. Look around and find your own fucking path. Because to me, I think you want to find people that are like in alignment with you, that aren't running away, but they're willing to fucking link shields, right? And march together with you, right? And it's like, what are we doing? We waste so much time with these false fucking beliefs and just really fooling ourselves about what truly makes us happy. When if we can't even make ourselves happy, we need someone else to hold us, someone else to tell us how beautiful we are, how handsome we are, how sexy we are, right? We need other people to validate us to feel good about ourselves, right? Don't lie. And it's because what? You don't validate yourself. And is it your fault? No, right? That's part of one of my kind of crazy visions, is to destroy public education as it is and remake it into where we actually learn more about ourselves, our gifts, our talents, our trauma, our healing, right? Our acceptance, our stories. It's like we don't learn. We learn about everybody else that's been on this earth that's made a difference, but we don't get to learn about our fucking selves through the most important times of development, of human development, basically 0 to 10 years old, elementary school. We don't learn a lot about ourselves. We learn about ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers. But we don't get to learn our own stories. What makes us tick? What's our gift? What's our talent? Right? Because that doesn't somehow, we can't figure out how to do a test on that the government will be happy with. Fuck that shit. This would be a much better world if people would just stop from all the bullshit and start fucking focusing on themselves, figuring out what makes you tick, figuring out what makes you feel alive, right? There's something that happened last fall. I was working at a humane society here in northern New Mexico, going out into a rough community, like third world shit. It was like kind of like half of it looked like it had been in a tornado, right? Roofs ripped off, walls ripped off, houses like trailer homes, and no power, no electricity, tons of human suffering. But we were going door to door to try and help people and their pets. Well, I was kicking ass in this job. And because of politics, because of other shit, I got fired. I got fired. First time in my fucking life. Kicking ass, talking to like the city council in this community, like the Tuesday, by Friday, I was fired for making a decision that did not result in anything bad happening, but it was all What if that would have happened? What if the worst would have happened? Well, what if, motherfuckers? What if a meteorite just fucking crashes on the earth right now? It either does or it doesn't. In this case, it didn't. But I got fired. And most people would have a motherfucking meltdown, right? Especially if you got responsibilities, you got kids, you're like, holy shit, man. I just had fucking a big hit on my income. That wasn't me. Cause see, the thing is I was coming off of teaching, right? Where I had a lot of time. And I've really been developing myself to get back into being an entrepreneur, being my own boss. And that's been the most important thing to me. So even taking on this job, it was requiring me to do some commuting. And it was taking a lot out of me. The commute alone was like over 2 hours, back and forth, long fucking days. And you know, I really believe it was like the universe saying, you know what, bink, and it just like kicked me out of this situation. It probably protected me from some stuff because we were in a rough fucking neighborhood. There was a lot of fucking shady shit going on, because that was the whole mission, was to go into the worst parts of this community, which is one of the worst communities probably in the country. I know they got one of the highest fucking drug addiction rates, overdose rates in the fucking country for sure. And you know, the thing that I did at that time was I said, all right, that's it. I'm done. Right? No more fucking bosses. I'm done with that shit. I'm going to go full on me. And what I wanted to do from day one, it was beautiful. I get fired on a Friday, right? Kind of around lunchtime. And on my way home, it was the coolest thing, because in 2 years, I hadn't been able to pick up my kids from school. One, because we had homeschooling for a year for the pandemic. And then two, I had started this new job. So it's like they were having to ride the bus. And I know they were fucking being miserable having to ride the bus. And then they even had kind of a long walk from where the bus stop was to our house. And it sucked. I felt so disconnected from my kids that it was amazing that on the first day, the day that I get fired, for the first time in 2 years, I got to pick my kids up from school. And it was just a great feeling. Like, and from that point forward, I told myself this: look, never again am I going to have a fucking boss. I'm done. I will fight. I will do whatever it takes, right, to survive independently on my own. I will do whatever it takes. I'm done with that shit. I'm done asking somebody, can I have a fucking minute off? Can I have a day off? Hey, can I go to a doctor's appointment? You know, and then feeling uncomfortable, because a lot of workplaces, they don't provide a safe place for you to get some time away from the fucking job, man. And it's like, what the fuck? I know I've took care of all my business, and I feel uncomfortable and unsafe to ask for fucking time off. But what I did from that point forward is I said, look, now that I'm done having bosses in my life, I'm going to make the perfect schedule. I am going to have my days, my weeks, my months, and my years, the perfect schedule that does what? That puts this as the fucking priority, this program. So I looked at, okay, well, when do I want to work out? What time do I need mindfulness, right? When do I want to be able to work out any time of the day if I need to? Yes, that's a priority for me, right? More so than punching a clock, right? Making sure that I'm getting in my mindfulness, my exercise, making sure my nutrition's there, making sure my personal development's there, and then making sure that I can go make a difference, right? Because a lot of people, right, live to work. Your job is fucking everything. It consumes your whole life. Like if you're someone that hasn't had a vacation in fucking years, holy fuck, you need to plan that vacation now. You need to start visualizing time away from your fucking job so that you can recharge, so that you can refocus, right? Because you only got one shot at this life. And every day, every week, every year that passes you by, that you're not doing things that are experiences that truly make life worth living, like you're fooling yourself. And so pretty much throughout, it's like I had a few things happen. So I get fired, and then like a few weeks later, I have a long-term relationship end, right? And it was very painful. And so it's like we're getting into like the winter months, and I had to like really I had to man up. in this time and really put focus in. The other beautiful thing was I launched one of my companies that very next Monday. I launched the website, and the coolest thing was it was the second time picking up my kids from school, and I had just launched the website that morning. And the minute my daughter and my son get in the truck, boom, I get a notification that I got my first sale. So I'm like, yes, I knew this was meant to be. See, most motherfuckers would be freaking the fuck out about getting fired, losing their job, all this shit. No, I'm like, no, I'm set free. This is how it's supposed to be. I was fooling myself to think I was a company man, right? And because I knew that getting out of the military, I had started my own business. I knew that really my whole life I was an entrepreneur. I've always been an entrepreneur. And yet I lied to myself coming off of this loss right here, right? Hitting rock bottom, trying to be a company man, trying to fit into the system, right? Going into higher education, trying to conform to that system, trying to conform to public education, you know, that like those of you that know me, it's just like, man, there's a lot of values that are happening in these institutions that just don't align with shit I believe in. And so the universe, you know, I literally gave it the ability, God, the source, whatever you want to call it, right? Let's call it God for you guys, right? God, I gave God permission to really just like guide my path throughout this time. So it's like, here I am, I get fired, I start a company. The first day that I have my website, I pick up my kids, which matters to me. Being a father is fucking important, but it's not everything, motherfuckers. It's not everything. It's a priority, but it's not everything because it's still about me, man. I'm going through a lot of healing still to try and get to where I need to be. And even as an example, like my kids see me fucking hustling. They see me on here. They hear me on here. They see me doing life, staying active. They love that shit too, right? So I'm already planting that seed in them, what life is truly about. We talk about relationships. We talk about a lot of serious shit in our family. We talk about real fucking shit, not bullshit. Not talking about who's my favorite team, what's my favorite player, who's my favorite fighter, whatever the fuck, man. That shit don't matter to us. It really don't. We talking about real life things. Healing trauma, right? Because my kids they already have trauma from the drunk motherfucker. Got to take ownership of that too. Helping them to process some of the shit they've been through, right? Coming through life. And the thing I'm trying to convey to you guys this morning is that y'all need to like quit fooling yourselves. Look at your situation and realize that you are the author of your story. Right? If you find yourself in a situation where you say that, oh, well, it has to be a certain way, my schedule has to be a certain way, that's bullshit. You're just not prioritizing your life. And you really can author your life any way possible, right? So having been fired and then literally just saying, you know what, I'm going to survive. I'm going to survive this because I would much rather survive this on my own, scraping by, building from the ground up my own fucking enterprise, multi-billion-dollar fucking enterprise from the ground up, then go back and punch in a fucking clock, having to ask somebody if I can go take a break or have a day off or a week off or whatever the fuck. Done. I'm done with that. And I know not everybody has that entrepreneurialism in them, right? To go and fucking pave out your own path. I wish you did, because too many people are giving their best energy, are giving your best gifts to something. You're making someone else prosperous and you're suffering in the process of doing that. Because that energy, if redirected towards your goals and your dreams, right, would totally break you free of the bullshit, would give you your dream life. But yet there's too much fear there because in your mind, you don't believe it's possible. You truly have convinced yourself, you have fooled yourself that you have to have a fucking regular job that hopefully has some benefits, right? And a lot of you play it safe by doing what? Governmental jobs, right? Corporate fucking jobs, right? A lot of people jumping into real estate right now thinking that's the golden fucking ticket, right? And in some ways, maybe it is, right? If that can get you a level of prosperity and help you to fucking build some wealth, great. I think even real estate does provide a lot of freedom in your schedule. And that's really the thing, right? Is having freedom in schedule, trying to connect and interact with other people, making a difference and feeling like you're your own boss, right? There's something so empowering about that, that not everybody's meant to be the boss, right? Because some people, you see them, they get a little bit of fucking power and authority, goes to their fucking heads. And next thing you know, it's like, fuck, what the fuck happened to that nice person? So not everybody should be that position, but at the end of the day, you do got to look at your priorities. You do got to look at the things that fill your fucking cup. And if exercise is something that you know you need more of, right, you got to prioritize it. Don't tell yourself you don't got the time to do it. If you desire something, if you care about something, if it's something that really matters to you, you will make that shit happen, right? But quit telling yourself fucking lies like you don't got time to do it. You're too tired to do it. What? You ain't gonna fall asleep at the gym. Trust me, I've never seen anybody fucking sleeping on the fucking bench press or out doing squats. It may be a motherfucker to get over there, but get there, right? If you got to drink some coffee or fucking energy drink just to have at least a little bit of fucking pep in your step, do it. That shit would be better than fucking not doing it at all. But it also comes down to your nutrition. If your energy is low, you're probably eating like shit. You're not putting in clean food, clean energy, clean fuel into your fucking machine, which is your body, right? And it's like I seen all these couples yesterday. They looking like shit. When did that become the norm? That being married means fat and fucking not so happy. I don't get that shit. And I fell for that. Oh, I'm a dad. Oh, I'm over 30. Now it's just time to have a dad bod, and it's okay to have fucking tits and a fucking tie around my fucking waist. What the fuck? No, that is not my fucking purpose in life. I will never go back to that, whether I get married or not again. I guess I'm a little more hesitant on the fucking proposals and the marriages because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go back to having a fucking man boobs and a fucking tie around my waist, right? Because I see mostly single people, they're still taking care of themselves, right? They're trying to look better. They're investing in themselves more. There's something about relationships. We let that shit go. We get complacent. And I was there. I was a complacent husband, right? I took my ex-wife for granted a lot. She took me for granted a lot. So it's not just me, but I can take fucking total ownership of where I failed, right? And I can see it in retrospect and say, you know what? There's some shit I would change up if having to do it again. Tony Robbins says it best. If you treat them the same way in the end as you do in the beginning, there'll never be an end, right? Continue dating. If you're in a fucking relationship right now, you're in a marriage right now, and it's just stale and dry and fucking complacent, man, like you need to wake the fuck up, right? Because you should continue to date your spouse, flirt with them, build chemistry, romance, right? Flirting. It's like all this shit should continue to happen, right? And we've gotten away from that, where you just like think that the marriage is the prize, when it's like, no, it's the lifetime partnership, the commitment to love somebody and care for somebody and be there for somebody through thick and thin, through all these different situations. And it takes a lot. And it's taken me having a 21-year marriage expire to wake the fuck up, to realize how much I was taking for granted. As I got back into dating, it's like, wow, there's a fucking high bar of expectation that I am capable of fucking producing. I am capable of reaching the high bar of expectation, right? And even just genuinely doing amazing, thoughtful things, right? That build chemistry and romance and fucking intimacy and all these things. And it's like, it was there all along, but we take it for granted. We get complacent because there's just this, oh, well, I've already won you. Like, you know, you're already mine. So why do I got to continue doing that? And it sucks. that we as humans fall into the trap of feeling like we've somehow arrived, that we don't need to continue working on things, working on our lives, growing, challenging ourselves. It's the challenges that we're most scared of in this day and age. And I hope that you guys will fucking take some time today to reflect on your life, the past, the present, and the future, right? Reflect today. Quit fooling your fucking self. I know I fooled myself for far too long, and I'm done with that. That's why I'm coming to you right here, man. Beautiful fucking estate here in northern New Mexico. Check it out on Airbnb, the Santa Cruz. If you know anybody looking to get married, this is a beautiful property. We show it all the time. We got like 20, 30 weddings this year into next year. So it's a beautiful property. I'm grateful to have stayed a couple nights here. Pool, hot tub, lots of acreage, very tranquil right here in the foothills of the Sangre de Cristos, man. Look it up on Airbnb, the Santa Cruz. But it's been a beautiful day so far. I hope you guys go out there and have a beautiful day of life. Find something that makes you feel alive. Something that makes you want to like fucking go outdoors and breathe. Maybe we'll end this with a little outdoors. I don't know if I'm going to lose you guys or not. But I'm grateful for this life. But it's taken a lot of courage to step outside of the fucking fear, right? We love to fear change and doing new shit. And look what happens. We start doing some new shit, man. We start doing new shit. We start becoming a new version of ourselves. Quit making them motherfucking excuses, motherfuckers, right? Make your dreams become reality. That's what you need to do. Make your dreams become your reality. Quit fucking playing scared in life. You need to tell that little bitch voice to shut the fuck up. Because remember, results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.